welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris. Here in my lap is my most amazing, beautiful assistant, Avila. She's going to be helping us out with, I agree, taking some notes today. So, yeah, our audio level's good? Perfect. Thanks for pointing that out, sweets. Today on the Rock Metal Podcast, we have Our Common Sense. They have a new album called Harbinger of Calamity, which is released on Wormholedeath Records. Right now I'm being joined by Thomas to share some more information about this stellar release, as well as some of the videos that they have available. So Thomas, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, John.
You're welcome. Cool. So take us through this album, Harbinger of Calamity. My first question is, well, just tell us about this album. What went into crafting it? Were you guys looking to create a story? Were you guys looking to do something musically? All of the above?
Well, in matter of fact, it's our second album. We had this EP quite a time ago. In 2018, we had Mankind's Worst to Know. And we crafted that album just because we felt like it, and we were just a bunch of friends coming together. And at the moment in time, I said, come on, guys, let's record a record together, 5 songs, let's do this, and we shall see what the reception is. So we did it, and we won a contest, a little contest, not a medal contest, just a contest for everyone who wanted to participate by winning the preliminaries and then winning the final, which gave us professional studio time. So that led us to making the new album, Harbinger of Calamity. And after contacting Wormholedeath, they asked if they could add the first 5 songs to the album because they liked them as well. The story of our songs are a little bit from crafted from anger, the perspective of people with a vision who don't really get the vision of the people around them, which unfolds in being hated all around. Also, the second album we made, so Harbinger of the Calamity, involves coping with the anger you feel and trying to cope with those mechanisms of being let down. So it's a story to be told by many aspects of anger.
Okay. So many questions that I can ask from that. The first question I'm actually going to ask is winning some studio time from this contest. So take us through that. What was that like? Did you guys think you were going to win? Were you surprised when you won?
Not at all. Not at all. Actually, the other contestants had much more expertise in being a musician and went also to those specific school in the Netherlands for learning to be a professional musician. So we went into that contest to promote our upcoming album, Mankind's Worst to Know. And this contest was being held in a little restaurant. So normally this contest is for singer-songwriters, but they let us participate, and we had to bring our metal into a restaurant at the sea where people were eating. So it was quite it's quite an experience, because some of the people don't like metal at all being there. So the jury didn't mind at all, and we won the preliminaries. After winning the preliminaries, we went on to the final, and between the final and the preliminaries, we had some time with experts to make one song better, and that's when we made Abyss.
Okay. When they said make it better, and you said tell me more. What were their notes on how to make it better? And did you apply all of their notes?
We were really open-minded at that time, and actually now at this time too. But we were a really young band. The youngest one in 2018 was 19 years old. So the notes of the experts were brought to us, and we think if we keep our mind open and take the notes not as they are, but try to blend it with the music we make, we could make something more mainstream is not the right word, but more to a broader public, because they had expertise not alone in metal, but also in jazz, in every other pop music scene. So we tried to blend the information we got into one song, and that's when Abyss changed. And that's also how the ending came to it is right now.
That's right. Right now you're chatting with somebody in Canada. So evidently they were correct, because the people who were eating a sandwich were not terrified at the metal that was coming at them when they were in their restaurant. Was it like a cafe? Yeah. Were they eating sandwiches? What were these people eating?
French fries, trout, everything you can eat at the restaurant at the sea. So some people didn't like it at all, but yeah, some people really liked it, and I'm glad they liked it. It's when it was the first time our band got something more prospect to the future, and it was like that moment we got this. Okay, something can happen. They like our music, so it was the perfect moment in time to do this contest, and we were glad we did it, even though it was at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. Everybody out there listening in, we have a lot of musicians who listen to the show, and everybody comment down below your weirdest gig that you've ever done that just doesn't make sense, but you're doing it anyway, and it works out, or maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe that's part of your comment. I have definitely done quite a few coffee shop type gigs, and those, oddly enough, seem to be the most successful ones I've found, especially if you are an up-and-coming band getting just out there to test some of your material at its most basic level. That's what we did. We said, okay, we like this song, but you know what, let's strip it down to just an acoustic guitar and a vocal or something. Go out there. Do people still like the song? And take that feedback. I've also done stuff at funerals, because the person who had passed away would have wanted like a band at their funeral. And yeah, we played Enter Sandman one time at a funeral. That was a very somber and quiet Enter Sandman, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Yes, I find it quite fitting, actually.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. Now, what else is there? Abyss. Did it change the rest of the record as well?
No, because if we're speaking about Harbinger of Calamity, most of the songs, all of the other songs are written after winning the contests. We got some time, and we said to ourselves, let's take this slowly. I want some quality, not quantity. Even if there's only 5 songs to add on the record, let it be 5. And those were 5 records we put on the album, even though we wrote more than these 5 songs, but we wanted to make a statement to only put these 5 and see what comes next. And yeah, it was good to put it on a Bandcamp, because someone spotted us from Wormholedeath and asked if we could send Carlo a message, and we did, and now we're here.
Wow. Okay, so then take us through that experience. You're on Bandcamp one day, minding your own business. Next minute, somebody messages you and says, "Hey, reach out to this record label." Did you just take it at face value? Did you think it was a scam at all? Take us through.
Actually, I read quite a lot of spam material, because there's a lot of when your email address is in the open on the internet, a lot of people just try to send you a message, and sometimes it's music related, sometimes it's not at all. But that time, it was someone from a distribution point, I think, that reached out to us. And when I read the mail, I actually got this feeling this might be legit. And I said to the other guys, look at this. This is a mail I got. Do you think I should respond? And they said I should respond. I did respond. And next thing I know, I'm writing this email to Carlo, introducing us. And he liked us. He liked us a lot, actually, I think, from what I've read. So there was this monumental click. A matter of fact, the first thing he heard was our EP, Mankind's Worst to Know, and then I've sent him the new material, and he said, let's do this, let's put those two records together. People don't mind if they're two different studios on the album. It's most about it's good quality. Let's do this, let's try this, and here we are. Two albums on one record, promoting our 5 new songs with the addition of the first 5, and I think they are fitting together.
Absolutely. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of musicians who were listening in are saying, "Okay, so you wrote to this guy. What did you write? How do you approach a record label? How did you guys do it?"
Well, in our case, it was we had a lead, and the lead was the guy who sent us the email from the distribution site, and I said, "Look, I got this lead. I don't know if he works for you or not." But he said, if you're interested, we want to work together. And he answered quite quickly. I think within 3 days, he answered. And then he said, so these are the requirements. And he listened to our music. And after he listened to our music, he said he found that it was quite fitting for his label. So yeah, it was like a normal talk for us, or for me, because I do the emails. I'm managing the thing. So yeah, I don't find it odd. I don't find it odd. So it was like a normal email progression for me.
Okay, cool. Did he have any, I don't know, any production notes? Did we want you guys to re-record anything, or he was just totally fine exactly the way it was?
Yes, that was how it went. The only thing we thought that would be a problem was that Mankind's Worst to Know was recorded in a little home studio in Ghent, Belgium, and the other album was produced and recorded in a bigger, more professional studio in the Netherlands. And that's the only problem or we had with the band, because some of the guys didn't want it to put 2 different studios on one record. But yeah, I said this is an opportunity, and if Carlos says it has been done before, it's a good way to promote our music, even though it's 2 different masterings. And I think after saying that to them, they all agreed, and it went really fast to get paperwork done, and everything was good. That's also because we had artwork already we already had artwork, so everything was really fast done with the paperwork with Carlo and Wormholedeath, and that's easy. We also asked other Belgian bands who are currently signed with the label what their expectations were with Wormholedeath and how they received and which deal they had. So it also helped us asking other Belgian bands who were signed by Wormholedeath what their experience were.
And I'm guessing the response was, Thomas, you have to do it right now.
They also explained to me how it worked. And a matter of fact, it's quite funny because our first album was recorded at the home of the vocalist of Reject the Sickness, who's also signed by Wormholedeath this summer. Mm-hmm. So the circle is complete, you would say.
Yes, the circle is complete. Well, it makes common sense, Thomas.
It makes common sense, yes.
It does. It certainly does. See if there's anyone I can do. No. I don't know if I could say anything about the Icarus Complex in that one. But you did mention the artwork. The artwork was done, and I did want to touch base on the artwork because it's phenomenal. So take us through the artwork for the album cover.
Yes. Well, the artwork is made by Threadbare Artwork. It's a Belgian artist, and he made a lot of artwork for other Belgian bands and non-Belgian bands, and has a typical style. And we like this style a lot, actually. So we asked him to make an artwork for our upcoming album. At that point, we only wanted to release the last 5 songs, and we tried to integrate the 5 songs into the album cover. So you can see a statue, and this statue is representing the messenger for the Harbinger of Calamity. And he's holding a book, and this book is the Hammer of Witches. So we try to blend in it. You also see the statue crumbling down, and this comes due to the fact that he's under pressure, slowly crushing down. And also he's in an abyss, black all around, nothing inside. So the last thing we have to implement was the Icarus Complex, and we did that by adding the wings on the statue, who are crumbling down also. So that's how the artwork came as it is, and we thought it was perfect. It was the first artwork Jean-Philippe sent to us, and we immediately say, yeah, this is it. This is what we had in mind. So we are actually glad the artist understood the artwork we had in mind.
Yeah. Abso-freaking-lute-ly. Now, the music videos or lyric videos for the tracks Abyss, Hammer of Witches, and Icarus Complex will be available in today's show notes, as well as the website for the boys over at Our Common Sense. You can also just, I guess, hit up the Googs, and type in Our Common Sense. Yeah, Our Common Sense Band. Is there a place that is like the main hub where you want people to go, or that you find that you are able to connect the most with fans?
Well, the platform we're most active is Facebook, and you can find us by typing in Our Common Sense band in Facebook. We also have Instagram. We post weekly or monthly, surely monthly, some photos. Yeah. Now we can go to shows again. There will be more photos frequently. And we have also SoundCloud, but we are restricted now to posting only our newest songs when they release on Spotify. So you can check us on Spotify. The album will be on October 8th digitally, and will be physically released also in the next month.
Okay. Physical is in CD, vinyl, cassette, messenger parrot?
At this moment, only CD, but we're looking into trying to get it on a vinyl too. But we have to do some funding for that. So we will see when the vinyl will come. And sure, if you want to sponsor us, just go to our Facebook. You can see our Bandcamp. You can see there our T-shirts too. We are trying to release some hoodies in the next few months too. So try to support us, even just by listening to us on Spotify. It's a form of support too. Tell your friends about us, and maybe they like us too.
Mm-hmm. You ever see Wayne's World, Thomas? The movie Wayne's World?
I know the movie, but never seen it before.
Ooh, you should watch it. Because what I'm going to do right now is a callback to Wayne's World. He's like, and then their friends tell their friends, and then their friends tell their friends, and then their friends tell their friends. And like the whole screen is full of friends.
I know the reference. I think I know the reference. So.
Yeah, baby. Cool. You know what else I'm going to do to support you is I've got a whole truckload of Callebaut chocolate. And I'm just going to go eat some Callebaut chocolate and think about Belgium.
That's one good thing to do. And try to grab a Belgian beer as well. They are very good.
Yeah. What do you recommend for Belgian beers? What's your favorite?
I have a lot of favorite Belgian beers, but my favorite one is Ouwen Duiger. And that's someone who's like a submarine guy. Okay. It's an old beggar, but it's also an old guy in dialect. So, and if I would recommend something more known, it's the newest Chimay.
Okay.
The Chimay Green. It's a Trappist. It's a very good Belgian beer.
Yeah. I know we can get Chimay for sure here in Canada. So I'll have to take a good look at that. Beautiful. Well, sweet. We chatted today about song contests, playing at odd venues, signing to Wormholedeath Records, crafting the record, even though it was recorded at different locations, putting it all together still as a package. We just finished talking about things that make Belgium great, such as waffles and Callebaut and Chimay and other beers as well. Did I miss anything? French fries, the originator of French fries, but somehow you guys were so humble. Instead of calling them Belgian fries, you said, you guys can have it.
Yeah, I think it's historical, something to do with the one German guy who thought it was made by French, or was some British guy who thought it was made by the French. And yeah, what happened is they took it away from us, like everything.
Wow, that got dark for a second. But I can understand, if you're the Harbinger of Calamity, you got to be angry about something.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something to be angry about.
World Championship 2018.
That's right, baby. All right, so Harbinger of Calamity out October 8th via Wormholedeath Records. Wherever you consume music, it will be available. Check on the interwebs, today's show notes. You can get in touch with the band. You can check out the music videos because they're going to have some CDs available. So if you still like to purchase CDs, then bless you. And CDs will be available. So unless there's anything else, Vivesy, you got some questions for Thomas? Yeah. She's got her paper. She's making her notes, so we can have all of our notes ready to go. Thomas, thank you so much for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today.
Thank you for having me. Every form of support we get is really blessed right now. After Corona, we can get everything of support we need. So thank you very much for your time.